Alright, peace, love, health, and well vibe. Tribe, like and subscribe. Like the break away from 9 to 5. We about to go ahead and tap into the love oracle card of the day. Um, Before I do, understand that all of my contact information, all of the information that you need, will be in the description box of all of my videos. Okay. So again, this is Latour D'Amour, the Love Reading channel, the home of the free love readings. So the only thing I ask is y'all to show some love, like and subscribe. Uh, and if you feel so called, please donate to reciprocate. Because remember, every single thing you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. All right, so let's go ahead. I just wanted to get some hearts in the chat before we got started. Because this is a new channel, it's very important that the first 2-3 minutes of the live we get the chat rate up. Very important for the algorithm. All right, very important for the algorithm. So if you don't mind keeping the hearts going while I pull for the collective love reading. Now, for those who's watching on the replay or watching live, we're gonna do two love readings. We're gonna do love reading for the collective, of course. Then we're gonna spin back the block and do a reading for those of us who have partners or are in committed relationships or whatever your situation is. If you got a person, whether y'all separated, sleeping on the couch, sleeping in another room, whatever, right? It don't matter. Uh, okay, so with the love oracle cards, the first card we got is going to be silence. It says frozen, no words, and stone wall. And so, of course, I had to ask for clarity, right? I had to ask for clarity. And the clarity that we clarifier that we got is clinging, holding on, obsessing, um, spying. Okay. Holding on, obsessing, and spying. Wow. What a very interesting combination. Okay. So let's see. So, how can I say? All right. So let's let's go ahead and break this down. Let's go ahead and start with for the singles, okay? So the theme of this reading is going to be break the freeze and speak your flame. All right, break the freeze and speak your flame. So for us singles, the energy right now might be like numbness in the heart space, as if something has been put on pause, whether it's someone from the past we haven't fully let go of, or the emotional weight of unspoken feelings. The silence card shows that we're emotionally frozen but not emotionally empty. All right. We find ourselves obsessing, checking in on someone energetically or online, or even clinging to hope that they'll make the first move. That's the clinging card. It's not about love moving forward, it's about love getting stuck. All right. But where Sunday's Ace of Wands changes the game, it invites us to thaw that silence with authentic, inspired action, because the Ace of Wands is the general card of the day, right? It might be reaching out, finally letting go, or even declaring that what we really want to the universe. Either way, we are the spark, okay? We don't need to wait for someone else to unfreeze the energy that we have. We can ignite the shift with courage and clarity. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the committed ones reading. All right. So the theme of this reading is going to be speak to melt the distance. Okay. Speak up to melt the distance. So for those of us who, got somebody we're interested in, or maybe in a committed relationship, whatever, right? This combination points out to a disconnect that isn't necessarily loud, but it's definitely present. So there might be tension. Um, there might be some tension that somebody's been feeling, that hasn't been addressed, and feelings that have been buried over a period of time, or even conversations that felt even too heavy for one of both people to start, right? The clinging card shows us that under the silence, one of both partners are holding on tight emotionally, but possibly expressing it through control, emotional withdrawal, or even overthinking. The love is there, but it's not flowing. And when the love gets dammed up, it creates frustration. As we approach Sunday, the Ace of Wands brings us a call to action. Say the thing, like the match. The time is right to connect through something passionate, vulnerable, or even spontaneous. Don't rehearse it, just speak it. A simple, genuine gesture could be the fire that melts the wall. All right. So whether you single or not, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the floor for a few minutes. If anybody wanted to get, a love reading. What's up, dog? What's up, T? What's cracker lacking? Falling in love again. Alright. Last of the Mohican. It's okay. Not the gravy of your biscuit. You know, I ain't been taking this shit. I need to start taking this crayon. What I miss? What's going on, y'all? Did I miss something in the chat? Let me scroll back and see. Name is name. All right, so I wonder why this channel get the top fans and the other one don't. I gotta figure out why this one get it and the other one don't. No, you better get away from that trash. Get away from the trash. That's a no-go on the trash, buddy. Every time. That's a smooth way to get a fast whooping. Every single time. Oh, what's up? What's up, Casey? What's going on? Peace, love, health, and wealth. We got general. I just did the collective readings. I might repost them tomorrow. If they're ready in the morning, I'll upload. I'll post them in the morning. I had to clip it. But what's going on, champion? Come on, y'all. Let's get them hearts up. Y'all know what to do. No control of my body. All is well on my end. Ain't no complaints. I am about ready to rob a bank, but besides that, ain't no real complaints, though. Got this vanilla candle smelling scrumptious. See, if I'm gonna bust this move, I can't have no stragglers. Zero, zilch, none. All right, y'all. I know y'all want to. Come on now. What's up? Talk to me. I know y'all. Come on. I know y'all ain't pull up just to be all quiet. Mm. So what do you mean? What's going on? I'm not a queen. I don't. I'm confused on what you're saying, but I'm a man. I am a boy, Damon. I don't know what you heard about me. Oh, your name is Queen. All right, so you tell me what's going on. I wasn't in your dream. Tell me, what did you see? What did you hear? What did you taste? What did you smell? You got to tell me what I need to be looking, what I need to be interpreting. You felt an awakening. You had a strong masculine presence. So, how would you how would you explain an awakening for people who wouldn't exactly know what you experienced? So, what happened? Did you ask him what he wanted? Uh, so first of all, when you come here, welcome back. Thanks for subscribing to my new channel. Um, please don't just come in posting your questions randomly, okay? Everybody that's here, please follow the instructions pinned in the chat. Alright, we got to get this channel started off on a good foot. We don't want to start off with bad habits. So I want to get to everybody accordingly. Um, so he already knew what to say, but you didn't make it that far to actually hear what he had to say. All right, Pooja. So make sure your question follow the rules of the channel, okay? I'll call your name in a second. Please, please. Okay, so I know it's a couple new people here, but I want people to follow the list before they start asking questions, okay? So, I mean, I want people to get added to the list before they start asking questions. So, please follow the instructions pinned in the chat. And if it's not pinned in the chat, let me know so I can pin it. All right, so right now we got one person that I'm working with right now, and then we possibly got two people waiting on the list. Okay, two people waiting on the list. So was it a romantic feeling? What was this shift? How would you describe it? Was it like you downloaded some consciousness? Like how would you describe the shift that you speaking of? Welcome in everybody. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you feel called to donate to reciprocate, remember that if you want to ask questions, all right, understand that tarot cannot answer all the questions. So I do have love oracle cards, but they is pretty limited too. Okay, so it's important that y'all check out the rules in step 2 of the PN chat to make sure y'all can get the most out of y'all freebie. Okay, so it was romantic. So do you think possibly that this might be confirmation that you've like made some accomplishments in your healing? That's what I'm feeling intuitively. I'm feeling like intuitively starting to get over some past trauma and that you might be starting to get ready to start dating again. That's what I'm feeling intuitively. Was it an emphasis on any of the chakras on the person, like the crown or the heart chakra? So did you want to see something from the love oracle cards or the tarot cards? Did you want to get something from the tarot cards or the love oracle cards? Sa- Sacral. I'm assuming you meant tarot. Make sure y'all got your questions ready. Just to let y'all know, the way I read cards is very old school. So I certain questions I have to turn down based off of my training. It's not nothing personal. All right. Well, if you want to donate, we can get some. We could do some stuff now. If you trying to wear me out for free, I don't know. I'll give you one for free. I think that you could possibly benefit from. Let me see. So, what do you mean by past karma? Just by bad? You mean bad luck, or karma meaning like you did something wrong? But if you donate, it's gonna be well worth it. Trust me. I know I ain't got a lot of subscribe. Wait, you know who I am. I don't even know why you playing. I'm about to say I know I ain't got a lot of subscribers, but I ain't new to it. Bad luck. I don't want to focus on bad luck. I don't want. Well, what I will say is that I don't want you to worry about bad luck because bad luck 9 times out of 10 just comes from inexperience, right? Whenever we talking about whenever we talk about beginner's luck, we always talk about it in a positive sense, but we never talk about the late bloomer, right? We never talk about that. We never talk about that. Um, So the best way to get rid of bad luck is to heal old patterns. And that's exactly what I was saying to you before. That's what I felt like this experience was that you had. I feel like the experience that you had was possibly um letting you know that it was confirmation that you're on the right path. I really truly honestly believe that that's what that is. So let me see what deck of cards we gonna use. Let's see what's back here. We gotta use this one. So let me go ahead and close. Well, let me go ahead and close the collective reading. Make sure y'all rewind the video and go back and watch the collective reading. We got collective readings for singles and for committed folks. All right. Uh, that's a third party reading. I can't do a third party reading, but intuitively, I can ask you a question. So, is Ty coming? Oh, is Ty? Is he shooting the club up? Because if he's shooting the club up, then 1 plus 1 equal 2. So, well, in this case, 1 plus 1 equal 3. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. So my question for you is: so not only am I a reader, but I'm also like a love coach. So my thing about you is that uh, if you don't see a future with this person, you shouldn't be having sex with this person. I hate to say it, right? I am a lover of the taco, but you gotta protect your temple, right? Exactly. Look, we got a card that refused to go back in the deck, so I think you got a card. So I'm not gonna make this card. I'm not gonna draw this reading out, not because I don't enjoy reading for you or anything like that, but I think the message is pretty simple. So I know it's kind of hard to see, and I apologize, but we had the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I think this card denotes maybe like the next chapter of your life that you can kind of grow into. Uh, no, just stop texting for 1 second, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't want you to let these bad thoughts fester in your mind, okay? So if you said, but I think I like him, right? That's not good enough for me. If I was to be your coach or whatever, I would tell you that that is not okay. All right. If you want a free consultation, please hit me up. Right. But you can't risk your future on I think. Right. And this Knight of Swords is going to solve just that. Right. So I hope you got your notepad out or your notes app in your phone. But get ready, okay? You can screenshot this, or I timestamp it for you if you give me the numbers, or you can timestamp it in the comments, right? So the Knight represents fire, okay? This is where I see you um moving forward, right? I see you as a person who's very actionable, who know what you want and you aren't scared to go for it, right? So you got to remember how the page became the knight, right? And before we do that, understand that the swords represents the air element in of a person. So whenever you see swords in the reading, you always got to think I think or I know with the swords because it's air element. So that means that we tapping into the left brain masculine energy. So that means we got to be thought out, planned out. We got to become a little bit more calculated in love right now, okay? Um, but remember, the page was a person who was starting to walk away, but they kept looking back over their shoulder. And I think that's where you transitioning from now, where you might be in a good space to go ahead and clear all energy out that you don't see a future with, because the page was someone who had experience, but they had just enough experience to know that they didn't have everything they needed to complete the job right then and there. So in love, what that means is that I'm smart enough to know that this person doesn't check enough of my boxes or doesn't have enough potential in enough boxes for me to move forward. I love, right? I'm built to love. I'm a lover. That's who I am. Now, as I mature, I need to be able to make decisions with my sword and not just my cup. If you understand what I mean. And if I lose you anywhere, let me know. If it's a confirmation anywhere, let me know. Okay. But when you're talking about love, right? Um, I feel like you're ready to go back in, right? But you gotta understand that in order to really solidify yourself as the knight in your progression right now, it's going to be very beneficial for you to remember that we playing chess, not checkers. All right, and a lot of people think that when you start requiring more from people that it's a diss against them, or you trying to make it seem like you better than them. No, it's not nothing like that. But if you believe in partnership, then um we're going to learn from each other. That's just how it goes. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking about love, that's just how it goes. So as a single person, right, it seemed like you're ready to go back into the battlefield of love, right? But but the problem is that we need to come up with a game plan. No more just shooting in the dark or anything like that. I appreciate you. If you really like me, you would donate in Bitcoin. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But no, remember, as a single person, we can't just be shooting in the dark, right? It can't. We can't just get drunk at the bar and then say, okay, it's 12 o'clock, first come, first serve, right? Um, we got to be more calculated, right? Uh, and this is what I want you to focus on with this Night of Swords. I want you to ask yourself, where am I moving too fast? I don't know if you like to journal or anything like that, but I think a good journal prompt for you will be, where in my life am I moving too fast? Right? And how can I be more calculated? Right? You still with me? I know I've been talking, talking, talking. It's KX Zayas. Is this Arbor Park? Who is this? All right. I think enough was next. Um, if you want to go ahead and post, I don't have confirmation that that person is still in the chat. So, oh, I forgot about Pooja. What's up, Pooja? Pooh, you. So who all in the building? They say we got you. What's wrong? Why you just sitting there? I'm here. I'm talking to you. Why you just sitting there? Is everything okay? Did I say something wrong? You probably like, man, oh, you heard everything. All right, so you were just taking it in. Was you taking notes? I hope you was taking notes. If not, then make sure you come back and, because I talk a lot. I apologize if I talk too much, but you know, it is what it is. I just want to make sure that while I got your attention, that I be effective. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right. So we have Pooja next. Okay, so everybody, I gotta let y'all know again that I read cards old school. So that means that your question is the most important thing in the reading. All right, your question is the most important thing in the reading. What you mean you don't want to disappoint your spirit guides? I don't understand what that means. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing to connect to your spirit guides and to be in tune with them. It's to balance left brain and right brain energy within you. That's the best way to stay in tune. All right. So with that being said, because I am old school, I made a video explaining the questions that I think would be good for people. Because a lot of people, and I hate, this is not a diss against other readers, but a lot of people read unethical questions, and it's mostly about questions that go against what tarot was intended for. Be stuck in the same place in Nintendo. Like I don't want to accidentally stop myself. Um, I think that so in general, right? Me as a coach, in general, what I like to tell people is that we gotta tell ourselves that we gotta get better at least 1% on a bad day, right? Every single day. If we make time for TikTok, we make time for video games, we make time for cooking, eating, right? We can make 15 minutes a day, 7 minutes a day, right? We can make 7 minutes devoted to bettering ourselves, right? Meditate for 5 minutes, journal for 2 minutes, deep breathe for 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Get a coach. Get somebody that you trust, like whether it's like a priest or a counselor or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Can you ask the card a question? So you already know. Typically, try to keep it to one question. However, if you want to wait or if you want to donate, we could definitely spin around and get you again for sure. If you're willing to wait. But I was waiting on confirmation from Pooja. All right, so enough. So I saw your question. Your question, if you was looking for a tarot question, we would have to rebuild that question. You're welcome, and I appreciate you. All right, so we will have to rebuild. Okay, Pooja, go ahead and post, or if you just want a general reading or something like that, just let me know. All right, but in the meantime, if you want a love oracle card or something like that, maybe we can do that. But that question for tarot is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, yeah. So you just want like a general reading. So tell me, like, are you single? Are you dating? I need to know how to interpret the card. Okay, I need to know how to interpret the card the best. All right, because it could be something simple like the message right here in the Knight of Swords. I want to know the emotional state of a guy named. So okay. I'm happy you told me you was in a no contact situation. So tell me about the no contact situation. Whatever you feel is important, okay? How should I word it? It's a coworker situation. All right. So your question was, so are y'all talking? Is y'all exclusive? Are y'all talking? Do y'all just crushing on each other? It's like on and off since 6 months. Um, is I gotta ask you a very direct question. Is it a good reason why y'all been off for 6 months? Is it a good reason why? Because if y'all in a no contact right now, y'all been on and off for 6 months. It uh, the first, I'm about healing. I'm about healing. So, what did I say? Because I was talking to you for a second, but then I started back talking to Pooja. Family interference. So do you feel like he choosing his family over you? Because if some people can't shape the family, right? Some people, some people worst idea is to be disowned by their loved ones. No, what I was saying was, what's up, welcome in. So if y'all want a free read, and make sure y'all check out the instructions in the chat. So what I was saying to you, NF, was we had to, if you wanted tarot, we have to rebuild your question. And I was asking you, was you guys just flirting? Was you guys dating? All is well. Thank you. Peace, love, health, and wealth to you and yours. All right. So he comes back to me showing me his love, but keeps ghosting me again because of his insecurity or own trauma. So is this you saying that, or is this him saying that? Yeah, Na, can you Okay, so one first thing I want you to do is forget the 3 years, right? Forget the 3 years, because when you start talking about the all right, so let me slow the chat down a little bit. So So this is what we doing real fast, y'all. All right. So far, where my ink pen at? I just seen one. So far, we have a couple people on the list. All right. So I'm gonna do one free question. If you want to hang around, or if you want to donate or something like that, maybe you can spin back around. We got Chime. I would prefer maybe Chime, PayPal. I don't know. Maybe we can do something on Cash App. But if y'all want to read, and listen, I'm very old school with the way I do reading, so make sure y'all check out the link in step 2 of the message that I got pinned in the chat. All right. So let's see where we at. So we doing like a little brief consultation right now with Pooja and with NF. All right, so you said y'all crushing. So what I will say, first before we even touch these cards, hopefully you got like a pen and a pad out or something, your notes app. But you need to make sure he in it for the long game. If you looking for a long term partner, husband, whatever you call it, you need to make sure he in the long game. That's the first thing first. All right, that's the first thing first. So, Pooja, what I would say is right now, I want you to forget about the last 3 years, because when you think about the last 3 years, you're going to have ups and downs, right? So if the past was really so good, then the last 6 months wouldn't be this one and that one, and then you wouldn't be in a no contact. So because you're newly single, what I would say is no matter what the future hold, you need to be doing the work on yourself. No matter if you're going to be with somebody else or you're going to be with him in the future, you need to be taking this time to do the work on yourself. So the biggest thing I would tell you is put up a barrier to start to protect yourself, because when you constantly lingering, letting his energy linger, you're you're constantly wounding yourself over and over and over, right? What I like to tell people is that I rather cut once and then start to heal when I move on than to keep going back and forth, because I keep cutting the same wound open over and over and over. I don't want no scars. I don't want no infection. I'm cool on all of that. Right? You join the gym and I have become spiritual. That's fine. That's a great foundation. But now I want you to take that to the next level. And it's not because you're not doing the work, but we can't plateau. We cannot plateau, right? As adults, even though our bodies, even though we're not going to, be 100 feet tall like a tree, our brain is still growing. Our emotions, we still taking in new things. Okay, so So I don't want you to worry about him. I want you to put up a barrier, right? If anything, I want you to ask, how can you start to break away from him, right? My job with these cards is to help y'all heal so y'all can manifest the life you desire. I'm not interested. I don't like to use cards to spy on people to acquire, because the way I was taught tarot, asking direct third party questions on people is a no no. That means that, what do a person think about me, stuff like that, because you basically asking me to peek into his life. Like, that's just like Professor Xavier reading somebody's mind when they having sex with their partner or something, right? That's a no no. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way I was taught. Now I know other people don't mind doing third party readings, but either they don't care about the ethics, or they don't, or they just want the money or whatever. I don't know. But um yeah. So if y'all, if and the biggest thing is, you need to protect yourself, because it's going to be hard for you to come in between him and his family. Let me see your question. No, so it's nothing wrong with really your question per se. But I would say that it is more effective questions that you can ask, right? It is definitely more effective, like, to really get the most out of the reading. We could definitely ask better questions. That's why I was saying, like, I don't mind helping you build a better question. I don't mind helping you, but I made the video that I posted so simple. It's only like 30 seconds long. You know what I'm saying? But I made the video simple, so it's like, if you go over there, watch that video, and then and you still have questions. So let me tell y'all. So the video that I got posted, it kind of show you like what I was taught, like the no nos, the do's and don'ts of asking tarot questions. Because when you ask a question, you become a current, right? A person who's making an inquiry, right? The QUEs, right? Uh, so as a current, right, you got to understand that tarot was made for certain things, and it wasn't. Like, people shouldn't be taking time questions, because there is no clock in none of the tarot cards ever. Maybe the Eight of Wands saying things is going to move fast. Maybe the moon card means a moon phase or something. I don't know. That's ambiguous. Like, you'll be finessing. Right now, I still want to know what his next action will be, so I can prepare myself accordingly. Well, what I'm trying to teach you to do is to take control of your life. Remember, I said the best thing that I can do with these cards is to teach you how to heal so you can manifest. I don't want you to be reactionary to him. If you really needed to be reactionary to him, then he wouldn't have left. He wouldn't have had a long he wouldn't have had a long time without even calling you or texting you. Even if he did have to take care of his family, that doesn't mean he need to neglect you. It sounds like he made a decision and you not accepting it. And I apologize for saying it like that, but that's what I feel intuitively, right? And let me go ahead and pull these cards while I'm talking out the side of my neck. And I'm not saying but I like to use my intuitive, what I pick up intuitively. I like to look forward in the cards. You know what I'm saying? Because the cards, whatever I pull, is going to tell me yes or no. How many times have you asked that question, Pooja? Is this the first time you ever asked that question? All right, so Pooja wants to know what's going on with this situation. No contact, been broken up. Yeah, my heart really go out to you. I am a Reiki master, so I can definitely send some positive energy your way. I'm an ordained minister and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I hate. I love. See, I'm a person who love, and I love being loved. I like liking, right? But it's just like, I like being happy. I like healing more than hurting. I like healing more than hurting. I really do. Okay, so the card we have here is hoping. It says expecting, faith, manifesting. All right, that's following the lines of what I was just saying. Uh, so what I'm seeing here in this card, before I pull it. show you this next one. This hoping card is really the words that's really standing out to me right now. Is in general, hoping is definitely the theme I feel from you right now. I feel like your heart is so strong that it's out of balance, meaning that there's a thing called brain heart coherence. So what you think and how you feel got to be in accordance, right? And just like we just saw with this this Knight of Swords, before we enter a situation again, we absolutely positively have to make sure that our mind is right. All right, the heart is going to beat. That's what the heart do, right? Who was that person we just pulled that card for? Oh, K. Yeah, that's right. All right, K. All right, let me go ahead and close that read. Peace, love, health, and wealth to you, K. All right. Can I get some hearts in the chat? We don't even got no hearts in the chat. Nobody even know what the hearts mean. That is crazy. Carrie. Carrie, that name looks awfully familiar. All right, y'all. So really quick, um, gotta introduce y'all to the green hearts. All right. So my favorite color is green, by the way. Nah, I like all the colors now. But you know, when I was a kid, I did like two colors, green and brown. Right? That was crazy work. Right? I used to be not the freshest, but the freshest. So the four green hearts. Why do we use them? What do they mean? Right? So the four green hearts. Uh, so to me is redundant to use red hearts because to me the color makes you draw energy in your body, right? And then the color makes you draw energy from a particular place, right? So when you see the shape, it makes you draw particular energy from a particular place as well. So when you get a red heart, to me, that's keeping the energy between the root chakra and the heart space, right? So I came up with that in meditate when I came out of meditation a long time ago, right? I'm like, why is everybody using red hearts when the color for the heart chakra is green or emerald? So that's why I use green hearts for one. So why do we use four in particular? So the reason why we use four green hearts, because of numerology, right? The number four, balance, stability, law, and order. And to me, the number four represents peace, love, health, and wealth. Um, the number four represents the four elements that we must balance out to truly be in tune with the fifth. And again, that number four represents the heart chakra, right? So that's why I like using, you know what I'm saying, the heart. So, um, yeah, I guess this is our first time, our first official initiation into the Vibe Tribe. So welcome everybody to the Vibe Tribe. All right, and also we get trolls in here, y'all. Make sure y'all drop these hearts in there for the trolls too. But like I said though, I'm a Reiki master and stuff like that, so I understand that it's very important for us to be intentional, especially when we all in a group with collective energy together. As a Reiki master, we gotta heal. We gotta heal. No matter if we with people, not with people, if we lovers, not lovers, everybody need to heal, right? Everybody need to heal. You know what I'm saying? So even when y'all go on other people's channels and stuff, post them green hearts because y'all know like posting them hearts is gonna help not only heal other people, but you're gonna get a piece of that back in return. You know what I'm saying? So the second card that I got to clarify this hoping um was shocking. And I really feel like this is a very starch warning because I feel like you being spiritual, you might be moving in a wrong direction because what you want is much stronger than what you might need right now, and you might not be thinking clearly, is what I'm feeling. And so what I'm seeing here is that you might be suffering from cloudy judgment. It's not because you're a bad person. What I think is that you might just don't want to sacrifice what you invested in. And I would tell you something as a person who's had what three LLCs, a nonprofit, and I've been doing so much independent contractor work over the years. Um, you got to know that not everything you invest in, you're going to see a full return in life. That's just life. What do you got? What do you do? Is don't stay in the game until you hit zero, right? And sometimes people leaving us is doing us a favor, right? Sometimes people leaving us is doing us a favor, right? And if you really truly spiritual, right? And you pray for the best and somehow some way people start walking away, I think you might have got your answer. It might just be mirror flip. They call that the knockback. All right, so I don't want to keep too much of your time. So I did feel called to pull one last card before you go. Now, if you wanted to stick around and whatnot, you're more than welcome to. So the last card I got is fantasy, and I never seen this card in this deck. So it looked like purple roses. That is beautiful, right? Daydreaming and managing it and fantasizing. So I actually just came up with a journal prompt from you. Make sure y'all go check out Themis channel. Make sure y'all go pull up over there. So I actually just came up with a journal prompt for you. Um, I want you to draw a Libra scale. It don't got to be perfect, not at all, right? And I want you to put on one side everything that you don't like about that guy, uh, and everything you don't like about yourself on the other side. And um, I want you to do that and then come back for step two. I'm not gonna give you too much right now, but I want you to, I want you to, I want you to get a Libra scale. All right, everything you don't like about yourself on one side, everything you don't like about him. So we're gonna do some shadow work. We're gonna look at ourselves objectively, versus subjectively, and we're gonna also look at our person in a different light. Because that's what I was saying about investments. So when you invest, right? If I invest $100 into a business, I might go up to 120, and then I might go down to 70. Once it hits 70, I need to ask myself, is this worth me still keeping my money, or should I pull out and invest in something else? Right? No diddy. Uh, what should I do? Right? In order for you to really make a educated guess, you're going to have to make an educated guess, meaning that you're going to have to move the energy from your heart to your mind. And a lot of people think that that might be a slight or a diss. No, it's not. Because I always tell people, if you think twice with your mind and once with the heart's still going to be stronger than the brain. But you can't totally ignore the heart either, though, right? Because the heart typically is right. You just gotta point it in the right direction. You just gotta point it in the right direction, right? All right, Carrie. Thank you for following the instructions. Please, please be patient with me, okay? God can get carried away. But yeah, so yeah, just do that exercise and get back with me. All right, you got 24 hours to complete this homework. I don't play about my homework. I don't play. All right. So next, before we get to Carrie, look. Oh, I like enough. Enough is on the money. So enough. Did you go hit the link, or was you still trying to stay solid with the question you asked? You want to try to build something off, or did you go watch the little short video that I posted? That I love when y'all like and comment on there when y'all done, because y'all show support. The channel wouldn't be nothing without y'all. I just want to tell y'all that. Just so you know, the channel wouldn't be nothing without you. Falling in love again. Building something off, but I can watch the video. All right, so like I said, the video not long, and I think I did a pretty good job explaining. I do want to update the video again, right, perfectionist, but because I do see where I can improve. So, but I think it's okay for now. I think it's okay for now. So you want to know what's going on with this person? I feel like it's in a crush stage. It's more of a feeling, intuition that makes sense. Um, okay. So, see, I don't want to. How can I do this? All right, I think I'm gonna hit the love oracle cards for this. I think this is going to be to get you the best message. I think it'd be appropriate for us to see the possibilities of this, but my thing is that it ain't no telling how long it's going to take for this relationship to fully bud. I think you would more or less, now this just coming from the stomach. I think you will more or less benefit from some coaching with along with the cards. And the reason why I say that is because the coaching will help you allow to it will help you to build the foundation better. So you can be able to get the information you need from the man about whether he's a good candidate or not, and you can test and see if you're ready or not. But it'll help you minimize the emotional investment, maybe possibly the financial investment, right? I want to be able to help people as a single person get the most out of the things early, right, in the relationship, so you won't hit rock bottom when the cupcake stage is over, right? I got to do a cupcake class. Tiny, get out my head, Tiny. Oh my God. I got to do a cupcake class. Triple C's. That's funny. I went to a college called Tri C too. That's crazy work. Cupcake class. Triple C's. Triple C's on the 313. Ain't that a knockback? Right? ABC? Right? That's crazy work. Triple C's. That's crazy, boy. Boy, I can't even say what I want to say. Hmm. All right. So what's going on with this crush? Should we? So I got a question. Are you going to pursue this no matter what I say? Because that's going to help me determine how to break these cards down. Ooh, you got a memory card off top, and we definitely got to see a clarifier. Distracted. So do you got some lingering energy? Sidetrack, change, delays. One last one, pride. Oh, so maybe pride is going to keep somebody from stepping up to the plate because they've been hurt. Maybe somebody's been divorced, or maybe like a long-term relationship. Maybe the ex is still. Maybe some. Do you got an ex still lingering in your energy right now? Is it somebody that somehow, some way, just wound up on your phone? How much do you charge for coaching? All right. So just so you know, this is a non-profit, faith-based organization because I believe in the higher power, right? And I don't discriminate against nobody based off of what you believe, right? So this is not a for-profit business. So if you ask for minimum donation prices, I can definitely give you some. If you want to book like 4 in advance, then I throw you a nice little discount if you want to do like two or three. But we can cover all of that. We can come up with a game plan, see some things we can possibly work on, whatever. We can do all of that in a free consultation. All right, we can do all of that in a free consultation. Said, I am listening. I will take heed because I like to stay grounded. So, so what I like to tell people is that no matter the source, if you get a message, whether it's intuitive from a third party like me, technically right now I'm considered a third party. No matter if you get a message, you always got to look for third dimensional confirmations. All right. So the biggest thing I want to help you do is to be able to build a solid foundation in the relationship. And the biggest thing is making sure that you in tune with yourself, right? Uh, because as a single, you're gonna have to be a buyer and a seller, right? It ain't one or the other, right? You're gonna have to present something to the table, and you're gonna have to see um what somebody else is bringing to the table. Okay, I am reading it as okay. He comes off as egotistical, superficial, where I may be like, so, so the best thing to do, and this is gonna throw him off. I can already see it. I can already see it. I need to see what you look like. I need to see what you look like. I can already see it. So when you notice a pattern, point it out, joke about it. Just like how boys joke with each other about stupid stuff. When you notice a pattern of his, point it out and then see what his reaction is. Right? Because it's not about a mind game, but it's about not letting nothing else get in the way of your mind. That if that makes sense. I want to break this down, but I feel like he think I'm black. Huh? Okay, so whoever was next, y'all can go ahead and get y'all question ready. I'm not ending this reading, but I will go ahead and start preparing the cards and whatnot. And I think so. This is about racial. I mean, not about racial, but an interracial situation. Ooh, I don't like the way I just felt when I read that. And I think he think of me as a fantasy. Well, I'm not even gonna lie. If this is a potential person that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, you better be his fantasy. What the fuck? I don't want you to marry nobody and then they be cheating with their fantasy. Listen. One thing as me, like being a person with low self esteem and all of that, I'm so scared of being somebody's regret, somebody's mistake. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I don't want to be I don't want to wake up and be 50 years old and be somebody's mistake. Oh, I'm so scared of that. I'm so obsessed with bettering myself, y'all. Y'all just don't know. It might not look like how other people look, but trust me, I'm working. What are you picking up on? So, what I picked up on is the fact that the way you explain this, there was some fear involved in this statement, some heavy fear, right? So it says, and I think he think of me as a fantasy, right? Immediately, that's telling me that's a fear because you didn't even take time to introduce me to whatever's going on. Once you felt comfortable enough to share that, you smacked me right over the head with it. Boop, right? And you said he is prideful and distracted. So the other thing that I'm picking up on in this statement is that cognitive dissonance is here. I like them, but it ain't even a big red flag. It's a brick wall. I got to start saying that because people talk about red flags. No, it be a brick wall right in front of you, right? And people be not you, right? I'm a jokester. I like talking shit, right? People be motherfucking crash dummies going right into a wall. You known this person for 10, 15 years. You know this person ain't gonna change. And you run straight into that fucking wall, crash dummy. I wonder how much they paying you. Do you see Nixon and I getting back together in the near future? 6 years together. There go that six again. Yeah, we're gonna get another six. All right, so 6 years together, phone contact, but constant arguing, just don't want to string along. Um, so intuitively, what I'm feeling is that y'all have compatibility issues. And again, without brain heart coherence, you would never ever be able to realize that. And it's not nothing for you to be angry or ashamed about. It's a part of the self-development journey. Okay, so if it's been 6 years and you're not living in blissfulness yet, it's time to heal. And the only way you can heal is by moving on. That's Listen, as a coach, I'm more than a reader, y'all. I haven't graduated college, but I've studied psychology. Man, listen, 6 years and y'all can't even talk on the phone. God's showing you everything you need to know. Only thing you got to do is just donate. I'm just joking. You don't got to donate. You don't got to donate. But I can't pull a card for you. But I'm telling you, we don't. For that, we don't need to pull a card. We don't. We don't. It's been 6 years, and you still worried about being strong alone. And I'm not saying this to embarrass you, because I speak a little strong sometimes because I be in the flow, right? But I'm trying to help you see things from a different perspective, so we can elevate over the current situation, if that makes sense, right? Because I know, as a person who's been in a few long-term relationships myself, 6 years is a long time to be invested, and you don't just want to walk away from 6 years. Who want to walk away from 6 years of anything? No, you didn't say six. Somebody said something about 6 months. They was broken up for 6 months and they've been in a no contact. I believe. I don't know. You know. No, listen. I know I be fried sometimes, but I have the capacity to hold like 12 different conversations at one time. Right? I can play like 20 chess games at one time. I don't know. I'm just too emotional to make good decisions. But no, I wasn't talking about you. No, the last thing, but I don't even want to. So, what I was saying to you was the cognitive dissonance, right? I was saying that you got two different beliefs going on at one time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So the two different beliefs is that you maybe he's attractive, right? Maybe he got swag. I don't know. I don't know what girls look for in a man. I really don't know. Maybe I should know these things since I'm a man, right? But whatever you like about him, right? He cool, he got swag, obviously he got a job, right? Whatever you like about him, you're interested in him. So the question is what I want bigger than what I need? Is this person able to give me what I need? Right? So I don't make decisions necessarily based off of good and bad anymore. I added a few more layers to it. So the extra layers to decisions are, is this appropriate? Meaning that, is this the best thing for the job? And is what I'm trying to do useful for everybody? So is it useful and is it appropriate? Right? Whatever I'm about to do, is this the right thing for me right now? Right? And when we start thinking like that, it kind of balance everything out. You know what I'm saying? It kind of balance things out. And like I said, that's the reason why I was saying about the coaching, because it'll prevent you from a lot of tears if you start off with a game plan. Though, you ever seen on TV when a girl, she go get a used car and she go do all the research, and she do all of this and that one. That's how we kind of got to go into relationships. We got to look at this shit like it's a job interview, right? Don't go into it looking like it's a one night stand or something. Like, well, if the Peter shitty, then I'll bounce. No, 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 no. We gotta invest for real. We gotta invest. All right. So the last thing I was thinking when I saw your message, right? You said I think he really think I'm his dream type girl, but at the same time, I don't know. So again, that's reinforcing the cognitive dissonance, saying that you got two very distinctive beliefs about one subject. And the best thing to do is to make your heart go take his ass to bed and use your brain and say, okay, I need to figure out if what I'm seeing, thinking, hearing, smelling is true on the good side and on the bad side. A lot of people they attend the bad and just go they ignore the bad and attend to the good. He has worked the initial stages, yes. I'm trying to see, so I feel like tarot would be ready. But we just pulled some love oracle cards. My love oracle cards not good enough. You excited about this guy, huh? I got a feeling you don't get like this often about dudes. What's up with you? What is it? What is it? Is it been a while? What's going on? It's been a while. You've been single for a while. Your clock ticking. Okay then, Kelly Rowland. I see you rolling. All right, all right. Kelly rolling on the river. Head ass. Yeah, I was just seeing how you interpreted it. So how I interpret this is you need to get it's some friction going on right there right now, and you need to be able to get through the friction, right? So if you confirm that you see pride, if you confirm that if you confirm that there's some pride there, we need to figure out why the pride is there. And if you feel like you said why you reading like this, it's a few reasons I'm excited. You're funny. I'm confused. Carrie, what's wrong? Am I taking too long? I apologize if I'm taking too long. All right. So yes, yes, I do think that there's some chemistry building there. I do feel like that is that the pride, the arrogance, or something like that. I think it might be misinterpreted a little bit because I feel like this person know what they want, and I think you know that. I just think that you got a little bit of fear of failure, right? You got a fear of being a fetish, a fear of being a toy, a fear of not being respected, a fear of not being valued for who you want to be and not who somebody else wants you to be. And so I think the best thing for you to do is to clear the distractions, right? And that's going to be the internal noise that you hear. You can't start a relationship if you can't even get over the internal noise, right? You can't start a relationship honestly if you can't get over the internal noise. So I need to know what do this memory card mean to you, right? I'm sorry for taking so long, but I'm really passionate and I joke around a lot, but I'm really passionate about this. So what do this memory card mean to you? Reminiscent, dwelling, bittersweet. So another thing I was saying was again, remember if you see like he got like a particular way about him that you think kind of funny or whatever, not funny like gay. I hate that we got to say that, right? But just funny like oh this funny or this is is he really arrogant or is he just swaggy or whatever? He is coming on. He is coming, Carrie. It's worth it. Oh, if it was really worth it, you'd be like, "How can I donate? How can I donate, Latour?" Is Latoya your name, sir? Is Latoya your name? Yeah. So real quick before I move on, again, what do this memories card mean? And I'm feeling like somebody might be divorced, and maybe that's why he might be hesitant. Do you feel like he hesitant? But it's only been a month though. You pretty over your ex. Yeah, well, just like I said in the beginning, we gotta play this long game. We gotta play the long game. All right. If you want to stick around, you want to hang around, we can still chop it up in between the readings. And then we definitely can, we can pick back up, maybe pull another card, or I just ask that if you can, please donate. You know what I'm saying? Buy your boy some saucy nuggets from Wendy's or something. You know what I'm saying? Holla at a player. If we can we use? I don't know. We can do Cash App, but uh, I think all my information is in the description. I I think all my information is in the description. If it's not, then we'll take care of that. All right. So, hmm. The first thing when I saw that memories card was a divorce. And then distracted came next. So I felt like the distracted was causing delays. But I think it's because this person might not be thinking with a PP anymore. And that was something that you said earlier. Thank you for bringing me back on track. Uh, because you would know if he was thinking with his PP, right? You would know it. You would know it. You would know it. Or maybe he just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he could be a manipulator and play the slow game, but I don't see that. I don't feel that. But it could be true. I don't know. We got to check on the energy again. No Zale. Oh, people keep talking about Zale. Uh, hmm. Decisions. He got to make a decision about something, and you can find out just by talking to him. Talk to him. Don't be flirty. Talk to him like a friend, like a homie. The best thing to do is small talk. Hey, I like that color. Or hey, I heard that, the Patriots won or something. I don't know. She said my question is a little bit simpler. No, it's not. Your question is is not simple actually. Because you're talking about an ex, right? So my thing about you is that as a person who care about people's feelings, as a person who is a coach, right? As a professional, just your question tells me that we need to rework the question and figure out what we need to do to move on. That's my honest opinion. Now you can tell me what you think about that. But my thing is that if you got 6 years invested and you feel like you're being strong alone, then this is not the guy for you because obviously you want something that he's not providing yet. No, I like to give everybody their turn because when your turn comes, some days you might get a short reading, some days you might get a 20-minute reading. Like that's just how I do when I read. So it really just depends on what you need and what we feeling and what's going on. That's why I tell people don't hesitate to hit me up for a private reading. Because once we get the consultation and we get the coaching and stuff, man, we might not even get to the cards. To be honest with you. But yeah, I'd like to give and I like to ask people to be patient. Because some people, man, you don't know, man. Some people might be going through stuff for real, And us here in the chat might be the only positive thing that they had to look forward to in days, weeks, months. So I like to give everybody the time that my heart is calling, because you never know what a person can be going through when they get off this phone or when they go to work tomorrow. Like I don't talk about this a lot, and I'm definitely not gonna say no names, but I done did readings for prostitutes who was, man, I done helped some women in custody battles. Like I really, man, man. All right, I'm getting emotional, so let me move on. All right, so we separated. Yeah, so the separation doesn't matter because by the time 6 years come around, and how old is you, Carrie? 36, 46, something with a six. I might be wrong. Three and a nine, three and a six equal a nine. Oh, I believe at this point, 42 equals six. Okay, there go to six. Um, I believe at this point, you have a very strong idea what you want in life. I think the problem is somehow, some way you aren't able, and this is, I'm sorry to, I don't, I'm just speaking intuitively. I feel like you possibly don't believe that you can get what you want and deserve, or maybe you over invested in this person and they trying to let you off gently because deep down inside you're really a good person. Maybe you just been through some shit, like abuse or something, but this person was trying to figure out a way to leave you and not hurt you or something, and they had to make it seem like it was your decision to leave. Like, well, you cheated on me, I'm leaving type situation. Because they didn't have the balls to do it. Right? And that shit happens a lot. You wouldn't even believe it. Right? Sabotage is a real thing. So yeah, again, 6 years, in my opinion, if you was to subscribe to my coaching, the first thing I would tell you is 6 years is more than enough time to make a decision on whether you want a person or not, especially if we've been in a relationship or two over the years. That's not how it went down. I didn't open my door, so he says I put him out. So what you trying to tell me is that y'all separated over a petty argument. He said that you put him out and you just didn't open up the door. Let me check the description of the video. Is my description in there or no? It's not. Oh my god, I've been live this whole time, and oh my god, the description is not in the video. Wow, my god. And we've been on live for what, an hour and a half? No, and ain't nobody tell me that. Where your real friends at? Can I play some Drake, y'all? Since I'm not monetized on here, can I play some Drake? What that song? Where your real friends? What's the name of that song? I said, where is that song? Candle, don't yell at me. He like, nigga, you crazy. Where your real friends at? What's that song? Where your real friends at? Slime. No, I'm just playing. I'm not a game banger. You won't hear me with the music. Oh, mine is saying that I don't have a description. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay, so you sent the message. Let me see. Went down. So no, is I'm talking about the description of the video. When I just looked, it said it wasn't a description. It just said the StreamYard link. It's been gnawing at me, gnawing on me. His behaviors. He packed his clothes at 3 in the morning and left. So by the time he came back, I didn't open my door. So everything you telling me, every time you talk, Carrie, you giving me more reasons why y'all shouldn't be together. And I'm not saying that because I don't like you or I don't want you to be happy, but again, if you've got 6 years, so my thing is, wait, before we even say that again, right? I got a question. And my question for you is, this person, y'all known each other, y'all been knowing each other for 6 years, right? You said that y'all can't even talk on the phone without arguing, or was that somebody else? Right? Edit video. Oh, it's up there. Thank you. So before it was going, so he packed this shit up and left at 3 a.m. Right? That's one strike. Let's count these up. He left at 3 a.m. Y'all having a he say she say in the middle of this fight. Y'all can't even talk on the phone to get over a simple misunderstanding. Uh, why? So I got a question. Is there any substance abuse or anything going on? Man, I just like that song for real. I spy his ass. So what's up? I've been waiting on you to get your reading. Homeless man ain't got no rent. Begging you for 40 cent, head ass. That Drake song, where your real friends at? Weed and alcohol? Yeah. Uh, to be honest with you, Carrie, I'm gonna pull you a card, but it's gonna be just a general reading. And the reason why is because I want you to hit me up for a free consultation. Because to be honest with you, I don't think a tarot reading is really going to be able. I don't think that I don't think that what's going on is going to be solved all in one swipe. And I'm not saying that you saying that, but what I see you benefiting from. No, no, I'm not laughing at you. You ain't even say nothing. What? Wait, no, we ain't gonna do that. Now you ain't even say nothing. So why would I even be laughing at you? All right, so 6 years. So six. So y'all 42. So he was 30. You was 36. Oh, these numbers. Oh, that was the 3 and the 6. The 3 and the 6 was y'all met at 36. I said that. Oh shit. Yeah, go back and go back. I said it too. I was like, I said 3 and 6, 9. I said that. I remember saying that. And then the 4 and 2 equals 6. Y'all got some 666 energy going on. So 3 6s. You was 36 when y'all met. It's been 6 years. Your age equals 6. Candle. Candle. What you think? Give me. Wait, let me see. What should I do? No, I got it. Show me a yes. Show me a no. Okay, so is that a no? Is that a no? Yes? Okay. So show me a yes. Show me a yes. Show me a no. Show me a no. Okay. Show me a yes. I don't think you know what you're talking about. I'm just being the girl dramatic. No, you cool. I like talking shit. I like talking shit. I'm dramatic. I'm you gonna listen. You gonna laugh. You gonna cry. But I guess you know now, right? That's another Drake reference. All right. All right. In all seriousness, though, we'll. I will be 42 in September, in October. So that's another confirmation that you're moving into a 7 year, right? And my birthday is in October, so it's a lot of confirmations going on right here, right? You dozed off. Uh-oh. Bang, bang, bang. I just dropped my headphone case. All right. So I was trying to figure out yes and no from this candle, but he don't want to talk to me. Okay. Yes. Show me a yes. Show me a yes. No. Okay. Show me a no. Show me a no. Show me a yes. 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 All right. Me too. All right. So you said you don't want to be strong alone, but y'all not communicating. So something. So what does what work? 12-12? Yes, it works. Uh, you got to hit me up for coaching. You got to hit me up for coaching. I'm trying to get monetized. So yes, it do work. Yes, of course it work. You just gotta know who, what, when, where, why, or how. I'm just fucking around. To be honest with you, I'm just fucking around. But yeah. So what I'm seeing here, I'm gonna pull you a card, but I don't want to pull a card based on you being strong alone or not. I think I think we got our answer to the situation. Especially if we got addiction involved and stuff. Like, we got to go ahead and break away from. We got to shed our old skin. That's our people, places, and things. If we can't shed our old skin, we not doing nothing. We not doing nothing. If we not growing, we not doing nothing. If we not bettering ourselves for the future, we not doing nothing. Yeah, that's what I mean. They got. I don't even know if they got the books in print and public, but they got a lot of books that talk about a lot of that stuff. They had some free barbecue at the dispensary. I couldn't even get to it. They had free ices, cones, snow cones, or whatever. I know they had some deals too, but okay. I see how you want to play it. Ha. All right. So this card got a little warning attached to it. All right. Oh no, you definitely. Yo, you definitely should. You can send about two, three of them to it. I just would prefer you not to. But go ahead. No, go ahead. Do your thing. Do it twice. I ain't gonna say no. They don't necessarily stink. They DNA. She eating without us. You want to learn about this? Well, to draw something. But it's crazy because I used that big nose jar. Was it a 24? No. I used the whole box though. That's the thing. I need the info. Uh, it should be in the chat. I mean, in the description box. It should be a link in there. But if not, then I probably can't post links on this channel yet. But make sure you check out the description because depending on how much you donate, I got donation tiers. So the more you donate, like the more we do. So after a certain level, we're gonna have to do most, if not everything, right in the description. I mean, in private, right? Some of the stuff we're not gonna be able to do in public because it's gonna take entirely too long. You already see how the readings go already. All right, so the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is the second sword card. All right, and what it's saying is mind over matter is what I'm feeling. So the reason why I said that this card came with a warning, right, was because the card came out in reverse. Now, I don't accept reverse cards because I don't reset my deck. So some people they do like half of their cards backwards on purpose. Some people might do like one third, right? So to me, if you don't purposefully reset your deck, even sage it, but if you just don't reset your deck, then to me, I don't respect reverse cards because it's just mean that the energy wasn't closed from previous readings. So, but when I did see it come out in reverse, I did feel like it had a strong message behind it. All right. So in general, I look at the cards dualistic, meaning that even if it comes in the upright, in order for us to really manifest the upright, the opposite might have to happen, or we might have to avoid the opposite. So just because it's in the upright, that doesn't mean the opposite doesn't exist. It just means that what side of the spectrum we currently sit and what side we possibly got to fix or whatever. So when we talking about the Five of Swords, the first thing first we got to look at the number five, which represents conflict, loss, like arguments, fights, etc., etc. All right. So when we talking about the swords, that represents the air element of a person. So that's the thoughts, feelings, I'm sorry, thoughts, communications, ideas, epiphanies, etc. So the I statement for swords is I think and I know. So whenever you see swords, always think I think and I know. So you know we dealing with the mind. So conflict of the mind, okay? So a couple of the key terms that's associated with this five of swords again, loss, conflict, but from it comes change in perspective. Okay, now remember the card did come out in reverse, which shows sorrow and weakness. All right, so sorrow and weakness. So so the five is saying that this area of confluence in our life is showing us where we need a perspective change. So the good thing is that I'm a good reader and I know how to ask questions because we already know where the conflict lies. So the conflict in your particular life, especially because this is a love reading, lies with the the lingering of an old relationship. You need to know whether or not to stick around. So if this was a yes or no reading, this would definitely be a no to the situation, right? This would definitely be a no, right? Shout out to you for the donation, right? Thank you, right? I might be able to give me a can of tuna tomorrow. You feel me? If you donate again, I might be able to get some chicken nuggets, right? But no, all right. So, the Five of Swords is showing you where the conflict lies and where you need to get over the conflict. So remember, the tarot shows you nine times out of ten where you are or what you need to overcome, right? So if you agree that you are going through a lot of conflict and you feel drained and worn out, that's because you haven't made a decision that you know you need to make, and it's pulling down your energy, right? And it might even cause you to start developing some toxic habits that we want to avoid because we move in the direction of healing. Okay. Yeah, but my thing is so I understand why people come for the cards and all of that stuff. I understand what you're saying, right? And I don't take it as a diss or nothing like that. But my thing is that again, when what these cards is used to teach people how to use their own mind, their own heart, their own intuition, so you can be able to make good decisions on your own, right? Any person, whether they a teacher about law of attraction or a priest or whatever, if they don't teach you about you and give you the power back to control your life, then they're not a good teacher. The good teacher is going to teach you how to become the coach or the leader in your own life. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I take my time and talk to people and ask questions so you can see what's going on, so I can see what's going on, and so we can make a good decision together. Me too. I gotta go get some food too. I'm starving. 222 on the dot. 1222 in the building. Y'all already know 222. All right. So you got to go get some food. Cool. You got the contact info. All right. I'm hungry myself. I ain't even gonna lie. You got the. Oh, I want some coffee. I might have a cup of coffee. All right. Shout out to NF in the building. Thank you, Nightbot. Shout out to the mods. Even though I can't make y'all mods for some reason. All right. So you might be asking, okay, you talking all this good stuff. Yeah, you know what the cards mean, right? You got all these big words. So how do I get over the situation? Well, I want you to number one make a commitment to let go of the old emotions, good or bad. Maybe you can hold on to the good a little bit better, but if they causing you any pain, then you got to let it go, right? And I want you to seek a healing, right? I want you to seek healing, whether it's no matter who it's from. Do you want me to text your number? Can you pull my tarot tonight? If I pull, yeah, mm, you know what I'll do? I'll pull you another card, but what I think the best thing to do, to be honest with you, is to get some cards after your consultation. Get the consultation first, or you know what? Get the schedule the consultation, and then of course you can always come back and get some readings for sure. But to for like a deep reading, I want to do the consultation first, and I want to go over the questions and stuff like that again to make sure that we you get your money's worth. Because for what you donated, you can actually get like two or three questions if you want, depending on how the cards go. And we definitely gonna tap into the oracles because I got more than just the love oracle cards too. I got a couple other decks too. So we could definitely get you a nice little reading for sure. But I just want to make sure you get the most. I want you to get the bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. I apologize. So I thought we was on the same page. I didn't get a confirmation. Let me. And when I'm reading for y'all, make sure y'all talk to me and let me know if I'm off or if I'm on. If if I'm getting confirmations or what. All right. So, but yeah, definitely reach out to me. All right. So in closing, what I was saying to you, Carrie, was that make sure you put your healing first. And make sure you don't let your heart take over again. Look at the facts for what they are. Even if a person is saying one thing and doing another, look at the facts. All right, look at the facts. All right. So Toya, I would love to take your question, but I do have some rules and regulations on what questions I take and why. So the reason why is because can we get some hearts in the chat for Latoya, please? But the reason why is because I'm like a traditional old school reader, so it's a lot of questions that I see people ask that I don't particularly care for. Now, because I got a love oracle deck, I might be able to bend the rules a little bit. But before you ask your question, I don't know yet. I'll have to check. But 9 times out of 10, I did. But just so you know, I did make a YouTube short that's pinned in the chat. All right. I did make a YouTube short that's pinned in the chat under step two. It's like a 30-second short, and it just got like some general whatnots to look out for to get the most out of your reading. All right. So because I've been on live for 2 hours, I can't believe it. Then I did a half an hour on the other side, on the other channel. I didn't even realize that. Time is flying. All right, so make sure y'all go back and check out the general reading. I got a general reading for singles at the beginning of this live, and a general reading for the collective for committed people. All right, so I got two readings up there. I didn't I wouldn't know because of the way my notifications set up. I wouldn't know, but uh my contact information is in all my videos. So if you don't hear from me, and by the morning, then just reach back out. But it's all good though. I got you for sure. I got you. I ain't one of them people that just pop up on here, then I'll be gone for a week and be gone for 2, 3 months. No. I ain't got no plan B, no plan C. Call me whatever, but I really believe in this, man, for sure. I really believe in this. All right. So somebody was waiting around. Toya, is you back yet, Toya? Or did you ever leave? Did you not leave? All right, thank you. Hopefully you was able to get something from this. If not, then hopefully I was able to make you smile. All right. So again, drop some hearts in the chat. Peace, love, health, and wealth to you. All right. All right. So what we doing for you, Miss Toya? T Dog. What's going on, T Dog? LT. I like that. LT. You had to leave. Yeah, so what I was saying was that if you was trying to get on the list, before we slap on up out of here, right? Because I know a lot of y'all probably got to go to work tomorrow. Y'all probably woke up with a hangover today. So before we get on up out of here, I wanted to make sure that we got you right for 40 a night. Okay. So because this is a love reading channel, did you want a general in love, or you just wanted just a general reading? Cause I got you, dog. A yes or no? Oh, you. It depends on what it is. It depends on what the yes or no is. Mm. Y'all be making me bend the rules now. Y'all gotta make sure y'all follow the rules when y'all come to the channel, man. Every single time that y'all come in, it's gonna be up there. Yeah, originally tarot wasn't meant for yes or no. Well, if you got a question, let me at least see it. Let me at least see the question at least. I don't mind. I don't mind doing that. I don't really like telling people no for real. I hate being the bearer of bad news. I really do. I really, really do hate being the bearer of bad news. All right, we've been officially on for 2 hours. Hey, so can we get a donation based reading only, please? Do my son. Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna be able to answer that because not only is it a yes or no, but that's a third party reading as well. I'm not gonna be able to do it. If he pop up in a reading at some point, then I'll let you know. But I can't do a third party reading. So make sure y'all go to step two before y'all ask y'all questions because I want to stick to like the traditional style of tarot. Now I sometimes I can maybe bend the rules a little bit with a love oracle card, but yeah. So my question is, do you think whatever reason why y'all broke up before, I'm assuming it was him. Do you think that he's outgrown whatever happened before, or do you think it's going to be more of the same? Okay, so your general reading is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. All right. Oh, well, I just got hungry and weak. We in sequence. So first thing I want you to see is the number seven. The number seven represents like mastery, completion. But since we in love, I want you to look at that as like progression in the heart space, healing over past traumas, etc. So the Pentacles is here with representing the earth element, and it's representing home life and foundations. Okay, so right now, your love life might be moving through a quiet, emotionally paused phase right now. Uh, this doesn't mean that you don't have any love present, but it might just mean that something isn't being spoken and it's causing emotional tension or disconnection, right? You said take something. So, it might, uh, whether you in a relationship, whether you single or dealing with an ex or whatever, right? Um, this what could be going on right now. Conversations aren't being had. I think it's very important, especially when you got somebody lingering in your energy, to get to cut straight to the chase and see if they really about what they talking about. Right? That's very important. So, you need to figure out if you suppressing emotions, sacrificing what you think you want for what you need. Sacrificing what you need for what you think you want. And if you feeling like you getting a sense of something is off, then it might be time for you to fully just go ahead invest in something new, right? Because, well, I'm gonna wait before I say that. So this card, remember, shows up when the heart is still engaged, but the mind is hesitant, right? uh, there could be fear of rejection, pride, confusion, or uncertainty about what to say and how to move forward. All right. And the same thing, like I was saying with them, you got to get your swords in order. But for you, in order for you to get your swords in order, you need to see that whoever you moving forward with is going to be able to build long term with you, because this is the seven of pentacles. So that means that you still gonna have a lot of work to do in your home life, right? That's the family, that's money, that's maybe I can see traveling in your future. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to find somebody who's on board with your future, not who's available, not who feel good, not who the biggest, not none of that. It's who do I see long term success with? All right, and if this energy that's lingering around is your baby daddy, uh, you might know better. You might know better. All right. So maybe there might be someone thinking of you, right? Possibly a past connection, right? Or someone watching from afar. All right. But they're silent, unsure on how to approach. So you might be holding on or holding back due to past heartbreak or emotional coldness. Hold on, I'm not done. I just got to do something real fast. So, so again, this seven of pentacles uh is gonna make you ask. You need to ask a few questions, right? You need to ask, whatever I'm working towards, is this the best thing for me? Am I going to get a matching return on my investment long term? And you need to ask, do this still resonate with who I'm becoming? All right, you need to make sure that you get in tune with who you becoming. All right, so I'm gonna leave you with this, okay? So you need to trust the value of a pause right now, because this is going to be your moment to realign your energy before pushing forward. All right, you already planted something meaningful, and now it's time. Now it's about making sure that it's still aligned with your spirit, right? So again, whatever you're investing in, make sure you're going to be proud of it in the future. All right, that's people, places, and things, no matter what. But especially when it come down to like your home life, right? When it come down to your home life, especially, you need to make sure that the person you want is fully compatible with you. Because I feel like you a very like strong goal oriented person. I just think that you just got to be a little bit more disciplined. All right, just a little bit more disciplined. All right. Well, if that's something you do need help with, let me know. I might be able to help you. Might be able to help you. But all right, y'all. I don't know what the H I'm about to do, but I'm about to do it swell. All right, my back hurt. Don't nobody want to buy me no saucy nuggets tonight. So yeah, so especially if you single, when we were talking about the pause and the stillness earlier, take this time again to reassess where you came from and how much progress. Right? Some people say, "Oh, if you you talk too much about how much you've grown and stuff like that, then you get arrogant and you're supposed to be humble and all of that." No, it's okay to reflect on where you come from. It's okay to reflect on the things that you had to overcome because remember, in order for you to be here today, you had to be a person who survived 100% of your bad days. And I know it's true because I'm talking to you right now. So, what you got to do is the strength that you had to make it through your worst days, you got to find that strength to help you manifest your best days. All right. And hopefully that made sense. So, I'm about to skedaddle skadoop poop. And I just want to say thank you all. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Um, I would rather be nowhere else, but right here, right now. So remember, before y'all go to sleep, whether y'all praying, meditating, whatever, as you go to sleep, I want you to picture what would your life look like if you was peaceful, loved, healthy, and wealthy. Right? We're not worried about what nobody else's version of peace, love, health, and wealth is. I want you to focus on what your version of love. What would you feel? What would you think? What would you hear? What would you see? What would you smell? What would you taste? Right? Where would you go? Right? And the more you be in tune with what love and success and peace and all of that stuff looks like for you, the better your life will be. At any point you start worrying about any fears about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or what if somebody steal my brand new car, or what if my new boyfriend hurt me like my ex did? Now is not the time for that. We understand that there's a million different things that could go wrong, and we understand that the human body only got but a handful of emotions. So, what do you think would be easier for you to control? The 100 situations and circumstances that could go wrong, or the 5 or 7 emotions? To me, I would rather try to be in tune with the emotions. Because if I can be in tune with the emotions, then it ain't no situation and circumstance that happen outside of me that'll make me get outside of myself. Right? So when we manifest in the things that we want, we can't focus on what went wrong in the past, what could go wrong in the future. We just got to make sure we got the strength to handle whatever comes our way. All right. So again, what do being peaceful, what do being loved, what do being healthy, what do being wealthy looks like for you as an individual? All right. So if you as you lay down, when you stop watching TikTok and you turn off your phone and all of that stuff, uh, when you lay down and close your eyes, I want you to just take a minute and just ask yourself, what would life look like if I was peaceful, loved, healthy, and wealthy? Where would I live? Where would I go? What would I do? Right? Would I barbecue on Fridays? Would I have a beer? Right? Would I smoke a blunt? I want to try smoking weed. Right? Whatever. So that my little tidbit. That my little tidbit. All right. So I just want to say again, if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it. Take that shit, shove it up your. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, but if you're trying to sell us something that we don't want, if it ain't a part of peace, love, health, and wealth according to our definition, boy. And there ain't nothing wrong with a mutual shared vision either. But you can't lose yourself in the process. Peace.